Lewis Hamilton is taking something with him to Ferrari that can cause huge problems. His top driver status. Charles Leclerc definitely won't be quick to waste away the prime of his life. It's a delicate situation, and if Ferrari don't play their cards right, it could all blow up in their faces. So, what should Frederick Vasseur do? Let's hear from the experts. Lewis Hamilton gave his 2 cents on Ferrari's recent surge in form as he gears up for his high-profile move to the team next season. Set to close his storied tenure with Mercedes at the end of the current campaign, Hamilton will join the iconic Scuderia in 2025, hoping to reignite his championship ambitions. Mercedes, once a dominant force, has faced an uphill battle since Formula One's 2022 technical regulation overhaul, a period largely defined by Red Bull's supremacy. This season, though, Red Bull's grip on dominance has been tested, with McLaren and Ferrari mounting strong campaigns for the Constructors' Championship. When asked about Ferrari's impressive resurgence, 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton shared his thoughts with the media, hinting at excitement for what lies ahead with his future team. He said, "Through the beginning of the year, if you look at somewhere like maybe China already, but the Red Bull was like a second ahead. And it's been quite incredible to see the McLaren rise, and then the Ferrari in the last few races, to see their progress and just trying to keep an eye on everyone's car and what they're changing and what they're adding." Ferrari has made a triumphant return to form this season, securing 5 Grand Prix victories, their highest tally since 2018. As Lewis Hamilton prepares to bid farewell to Mercedes, the 39-year-old revealed that he's been closely studying onboard footage from rival teams, always seeking to sharpen his edge and stay ahead of the competition. "We all watch the video, all the drivers, we all watch the onboard laps, and we're always trying to see where we can gain time," he said. "And there's some cars that just react differently and better or worse in certain areas. You're trying to figure out how you can find that within either your balance or get the team to develop the car in that direction." Ferrari has been told to establish clear ground rules for their 2025 driver lineup, as Lewis Hamilton's highly anticipated move from Mercedes promises to electrify the Formula One grid. Hamilton will team up with Charles Leclerc in what is shaping up to be a blockbuster pairing, with their chemistry sure to be closely scrutinised. Former Ferrari team principal and current F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali shared his advice in an interview with Gazzetta dello Sport. "As a Ferrari enthusiast, it's an extraordinary opportunity because Lewis wants to centralise things. He wants to bring home his 8th title and become the best ever. With Charles, there will have to be respect, but it is clear that when you lower the visor, in any case, the team and management rules must be clear." Lewis Hamilton has been warned about the formidable threat awaiting him from Charles Leclerc as he prepares to join Ferrari. Former driver Martin Donnelly claims that Hamilton will face an uphill battle to establish himself as the team's lead driver against the fiercely competitive Leclerc. "It will be good for the sport," he said. "I don't think he's going to walk into Leclerc's back garden and nick his football. It won't be that easy. But it's good for the sport. It's good for the Tifosi who have got somebody else to cheer for." For him, maybe where he's been at Mercedes for the last 3 years with porpoising, in Interlagos they still had problems with that. "But I think him going there is good for the sport." He opened eyes. "I don't think that Leclerc will be an easy man to beat. He's quick. I'd say he's equally as quick as Lewis on his day." Charles Leclerc is no stranger to partnering with high-profile teammates. Upon joining Ferrari, Leclerc was paired with 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel, who had already spent several years with the team. Despite Vettel's experience, Leclerc outperformed him in the 2019 World Championship during his debut season with the Scuderia. Leclerc shared his thoughts on Hamilton's arrival while appearing on Pirelli's Box podcast. "He hasn't joined the team yet. For sure it's going to be very special. We've always had a very special relationship with Carlos and we have worked extremely well together. But looking forward, Lewis is a 7-time world champion, the most successful driver in Formula One ever. So it's going to be a big challenge for me." The Monegasque driver welcomes the challenge, and he can't wait to showcase his talent against Formula One's most decorated champion. Charles Leclerc sees the opportunity as a chance to prove his worth and make a statement on the world stage. "I do look forward to it. On the one hand, I can learn from Lewis while driving the same car as him, but on the other hand, I can also prove what I can do in the same car as him. That's a big motivation for me. Although Sir Lewis is more accomplished than most anyone, Father Time is still unbeaten." David Coulthard has entered the discussion about Hamilton's recent performances, stating that it's legitimate to question the form of the Formula One legend. In an interview with The Mirror, Coulthard offered his perspective on the seven-time champion's current standing in the sport. Lewis is rolling the dice again with Ferrari. It may well lead to a rejuvenation of performance and a fight for the World Championship. But it is going to be challenging because he has got to beat a very fast Charles Leclerc. Despite his record-breaking tally of career pole positions, Lewis Hamilton has admitted to struggling with one-lap pace this season. David Coulthard said that unless Hamilton can reclaim his peak qualifying form, the dream of securing an 8th World Championship may remain out of reach. The key ingredient of all of the greats over the history of time has been to be able to qualify and race. And if Lewis, at 40 years old, has lost a yard in footballing terms, then he may well struggle to beat Charles over the course of a year. That is a legitimate question that anyone should be asking, but it is for him to show us. It is not about us putting him down and saying he cannot do it, because it is in his hands. All of these guys have it in their own hands to shape their own future. David Coulthard, a former driver for McLaren and Red Bull, drew a parallel between Lewis Hamilton's potential future and Michael Schumacher's post-retirement years with Mercedes. He cautioned that Hamilton's career may not unfold as the fairy tale many fans envision, referencing Schumacher's struggles in his second stint as a reminder of the challenges even the greatest drivers can face. Mercedes does not exist for Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis Hamilton has made it clear that he does not exist for Mercedes. In the same way, when Michael came back from retirement to sign for Mercedes, it was really shocking to imagine him being anything other than a Ferrari legend. But the draw of coming home to Mercedes, the desire and belief that he could do it still, brought him in. He did a couple of years, he did okay, but it was not the same as how he was in his first stint in Formula One. He could well win his last ever Grand Prix for Mercedes in Abu Dhabi, and what a great celebration of his time with them that would be. You and I do not know what the next few races hold, but if he does not, it is not going to be the passionate celebration of moving on that maybe they both would have liked. As for Mercedes, Toto Wolff is keeping his composure in the midst of change. He revealed that his initial, instinctive response to the news of Lewis Hamilton's departure from Mercedes was to offer the opportunity to rising star Kimi Antonelli for next season. Yet despite Antonelli being his first choice, Wolff emphasised that he took a measured approach, waiting for the Formula 2 season to unfold. He explained that the decision to promote Antonelli to Formula 1 was made after careful discussions at the highest levels of the team and with the Mercedes board, ensuring a rational and logical decision. Wolff shared these insights on the High Performance podcast, saying, "Because of my more difficult upbringing, I don't struggle to take decisions. It's actually something that comes quite natural to me. There is an instinctive response, internal response that I have with myself, and that was literally, that's the opportunity for Kimi." And on the other side, there was another F2 season to go and lots of testing for Kimi. So you have to, in a way, stand back and say, hold on a minute. That's your instinctive reaction. So that's probably going to happen. But there could be breaking points where you should be rationally and logically acting. And then, obviously, picking the brains of all the good people that I work with here in Mercedes, and also talking to Ola Kellenius, chairman of Mercedes board, and Markus Schäfer, Mercedes chief technical officer, at Mercedes in Stuttgart. And picking their brains is important before coming to a final conclusion. And that decision that was made was with Ola, and was also in the room with Gwen Legru, who runs our junior program, James Allison, technical director, Bradley Lord, chief communications officer, just to confirm my first initial instinct. Which team got the better end of the deal? Take your pick and tell us why in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.